guys, Den back again with another video, and today we conclude the first season of Psycho Pass. We're going to be doing episodes 20, 21, and 22. A pretty short reaction. I mean, definitely compared to the last one. We obviously did 16 and 19. That's just kind of how I decided to do it. But I don't think it matters because it's a finale, so it's going to be unbelievable. I'm sure it is, because the show's amazing and it's been awesome so far. And yeah, it's been a hot minute. I mean, especially since I recorded this show. I just literally just now finished recording the update video that I will hopefully upload soon. But yeah, I literally just, pressed the recording, to turn off the recording, and then I turned on this recording right away. So yeah, it's been a while. All I haven't, rewatched it, of course, but I feel like I remember it pretty well. The way we left off, of course, was the scene at the end where Akane pretty much was getting brainwashed, I guess you could say. Obviously, that whole thing is really interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. And just in general, there's so many things at play. Obviously, you still have the whole Kogami thing. He obviously managed to get a lot of information, out of, oh man, man, it really sucks because I obviously don't have my, I don't have my notes with me, so I don't have the names and stuff. But his good old pal, his longtime friend, that was a great, conversation that they had. And also, Makishima, of course, is a massive part of this as well. And it's going to be awesome. So, oh yeah, one thing I did want to mention, while I was gone, I obviously was looking at the stuff, because I actually wasn't even aware that this season was 22 episodes. But there's some stuff in, after episode 22 in my how do I say it, my set of files. I don't really know what they are, to be honest. I actually have no idea what they are. I don't really know what to do, because I'm just trying to pull it up so that I can actually talk about what I mean. Yeah, so it says Psycho Pass NCED 1v2, and then 2v2, and then 1v2. Oh, NCOP 1v2, and then NCOP 2v2, and then NCOP 3v2. So that's another 5 files that come after episode 22. And they're pretty, they're, in terms of size, they're not, well, actually, no, they're varying, actually. Some of them are big, some of them are quite large, some of them are quite small. So I don't know what those are. I didn't even know these were a thing. I'm gonna assume they're little OVA type of things, you know what I mean? Little specials that are just after, take place after season 1, I guess. I don't really know. But after I finish this video, I'm gonna just do a community post about that. I'll just literally ask you guys, and I mean, I guess I'll just do those in one video. Yeah, seems good to me. I definitely could have maybe done them in this video, but I feel like this, depending on how amazing it is, I feel like this video is gonna be really long. So, I feel like we can leave that as its separate video. But of course, after season 1, I haven't actually checked, but there's a thing that says the proper order of the entire series, so I'll check what comes. I'm pretty sure it's a movie, right? The last time, as far as I remember, I'm pretty sure a movie is next after we finish up all that. But like I said, I'll check that after I finish. I guess I could check it after I finish this video, because it's, yeah. But yeah, we've been going for almost 5 minutes, and yeah, I've kind of just been, I don't know, I kind of didn't really talk about anything that important. I briefly talked about the actual series, but I didn't really even talk about it for that long. But yeah, the point is there's a lot of elements at play, and it's going to be really interesting to see how they wrap things up. I have full faith in them because, like I said, this show has been unbelievable so far. It's been awesome, and I can't wait to see how it goes. And, you know, of course, it's also been forever since I recorded anything, so it's going to feel weird at first, but I'm sure I'll get used to it again after the first episode. So yeah, let's do it. Let's jump into episode 20 of Psycho-Pass in 3, 2, 1, and play. Sorry about that. There you go. Yep, picking up pretty much right where we left off with Akane. 7 is good, I think. Yeah.
Please make your way inside and watch your
Ooh,
step.
so okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, she's leading her
Where
to.
are you taking me?
What I'm about to show you is the brain of our world, as well as its heart.
Yep.
The brain of the world?
Oh, man. Oh, this is gonna get real. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna get real. I can't wait for this, man. This show's so amazing. I miss this show a lot.
The food we eat
Or
every day
just
is
as
thanks
lies.
entirely to this remarkable technology. And yet most people are completely unaware of it, aren't they?
Indeed. These days the world is brimming with ignorant men and women who take the
Yes, sir.
blessings of scientific innovation for granted like they're entitled to it. It's rare but refreshing to see a young person like yourself take such an interest in the
Wow.
subject.
It's quite sad to see you, the genius who is at the forefront of establishing Japan's independent food supply,
Oh,
retired and totally forgotten by the very people you've kept fed.
wow.
But what I'm interested most in is the Ukonomitama virus's antiquated security system. Even if that pesticide is good, all you'd have to do is change the target by reconfiguring the sequencer. And then, well, you could get it to kill the oats themselves instead of the pests. Ukonomitama would go from a fertility god who brings good harvest to a grim reaper who brings only famine and death.
Oh,
Hey, what is this?
On top of that, they decided to convert a lab in an old closed-down university, making it the control center for the whole system. It adjusts and distributes the virus. Now, of course, this facility predates the use of somatic scans as a means of defense. Its security system must rely on numeric passwords, or
Of
at
course.
best, biometric scans. And since you were the boss there, all I need is for you to lend me a hand.
okay.
And then I can break in with ease. Right, Professor
Oh,
Kudo?
oh man, Makishima's he's just the best. Kogumi's the best too, though. Oh god. There it is. Wow. And yeah,
So
she
that
can't
is
even
the
believe
truth
it.
about the civil system.
Good
Which is
lord.
to
Yeah, this
say,
is
the truth
obviously
about
what we
us.
saw pretty briefly.
Kaguri die
I
here?
forget which episode it was,
Where I'm
but we saw
standing?
it.
Did you kill him?
We evaluated and compared the contribution Shusei Kaguri would make to society throughout his life versus the risk of him revealing the secret of the civil system, and concluded that the risk outweighed the good.
That's
man.
ridiculous! You say he wasn't worth it? You couldn't judge Makishima? You are useless!
You are partially right. The appearance of criminally asymptomatic people whom the civil system is unable to analyze is inevitable. No matter how thorough and precise a system may be, it must be assumed that a certain number of irregularities that deviate from the norm will slip through the cracks.
And still you call that a perfect system? How can this thing decide whether someone lives or dies?
If we only improve the system by making it more complex, we can never expect perfection. There is no perfect set of functions that will encapsulate all possible deviations. We must instead resolve contradictions by altering the way we operate, by permitting the existence of anomalies that we cannot manage, and taking measures to coexist with them. The system achieves perfection in a practical sense.
What does that mean?
Really
We
is
must
just a
entrust the management of the
machine for
system
the
to the
greater
very
good.
same ones who deviate from it. That is the most logical conclusion. Back when we had individual personalities and bodies, we were all criminally asymptomatic people who deviated from the classification structure of the Sybil system. There are many among our ranks who have perpetrated acts far more cruel than those that Makishima has committed.
Wait, are you saying Sybil's some monster made up of evil people's brains, and this monster's been running our world?
First, we must reject relative valuations and labels, such as good or evil. Only then can an absolute system be established. What society needs is a perfect and infallible system. Who manages it and how it is managed are irrelevant.
That's just nonsense!
In a truly completed system, the operator's will is not questioned. Rather, our will itself is the system. And the universal standard of value that transcends ethics.
This is crazy! Who do you think you are?
Yes, it is true that each and every one of us here at one time had complications with our personalities. However, we harmonized through the act of integrating everyone's minds, and in doing so, have been able to achieve the goal of a universal standard. The more rarefied and peculiar the orientation of the individual who joins the system, the more new ideas and values it brings to our collective perception.
That's why,
And
you
the
know,
more
good old
flexible and
Makishima.
diversified our thinking can become. In that regard, Shogo Makishima's idiosyncrasy would be quite valuable to us.
Yep,
Thus, we have
What did I
high
just
hopes
say?
that he will become an especially
that's
useful
why
addition.
he is
Attaining a
insanely useful.
logical society in which various contradictions and inequalities are resolved. That is, after all, the ultimate happiness sought by the rational human mind. By achieving an absolutely perfect system, Sybil has
what a line.
transformed into an entity that embodies that ideal state of balance and harmony.
But why are you telling me?
Because you instinctively hate and emotionally detest us at the moment. And yet, you still cannot deny the significance and necessity of the Sybil system.
It's
You
a
accept the
two-way
fact that the
thing.
current social order cannot and will not be sustained without the existence of Sybil. You place greater importance on its necessity than on its justifiability. We highly value your standards.
But you said that you had to kill Kaguri in order to keep your secrets.
Akane Tsunemori possesses a sense of purpose that is shared by the Sybil system. Hence, we decided that the probability of you revealing our secrets to the world, thus endangering the system, was
Oh
infinitesimally
my
small.
god.
Don't treat me like a fool. What you are, you're just
Allow us to make our assertions clear. Akane Tsunemori, would you prefer to live in a world without the Sybil system? You want to nod, but yet you hesitate. The idealized world you fantasize about simply isn't tangible enough at this point for you to deny the very real social order we have managed to
Oh
implement.
man, it feels so
You
bad for
recognize that the peaceful society we currently enjoy, thanks to a mix of happy citizens and strict regulation, is more important than anything else. So, no matter how much you may hate and resent the Sybil system, it still provides the foundation
It's
for
true.
that
It
harmony,
is true.
and you cannot reject it.
Don't talk like you know everything about me.
If we analyze your reaction, as read by the somatic scan, we can clearly grasp everything there is to know. Quit acting brave and let us have a heart-to-heart discussion. The goal of this meeting is to establish a collaborative relationship between us.
Collaborative?
CID Division 1 is in a state of crisis. Due to Shinya Kogami's recklessness and Nobuchika Ginuza's psychological exhaustion, the team is starting to show signs of dysfunction. Unless a
Wow,
new
that's
leader
actually
steps up
really-
and takes the reins
yeah,
in
it's
this
a really
investigation, we
accurate
cannot expect
breakdown of them.
success in tracking down Shogo Makishima.
Mr. Kinuza? Exhausted?
Akane Tsunemori, because you are mired in unnecessary inner conflict, you have not been able to achieve your true potential as of late either. Your inability to fully understand the situation has been clouding your decision-making. That is ultimately the reason why we made an exception in your case, and revealed to you the secret behind the Sybil system. we arrived at the conclusion that telling you the truth was the best way to clear your head and to motivate you moving forward. Akane Tsunemori, you too disagree with Shinya Kogami seeking to personally punish Shogo Makishima.
Yep.
So you see, we share the common goal of wanting to prevent a senseless death from happening due to unchecked
Oh man,
emotions.
this is so.
I think
I don't know. If
Makishima's
it's
crime
really
should
hard
be
to be in a
judged through proper
position,
channels, that's all. And the same goes for you guys. If any of you broke the law in the past, then you should be punished for your actions accordingly.
Our contributions to society are more than enough to compensate for any damages we may have caused in the past.
Isn't
I
that
don't know if
convenient?
that's.
My entire future will be set in stone in less than 3 minutes.
Wow.
How depressing.
Come on, Yuki. Your score on the final exam couldn't have been that terrible.
Oh, it was the worst.
Really?
I wonder what kind of crummy job I'll get stuck with.
But if we were living in the days before Sybil, our destinies would have just been left to chance. So if you think
Sure.
about it, we're a lot better off now.
I envy you. You're bound to wind up with a bunch of aptitudes, Kaori. You get to choose what you want to do.
Hey, it's not like I did as well as Akane. Did you see the score that she got? She
Yeah,
scored
she's
700.
number one always.
Can you believe that?
I've always just
That's
been kind
awesome.
of lucky when it comes to tests. That's all.
With your score in Psychopath, Akane?
Yup, you've got a rosy life ahead of you.
Yeah, you really think so?
Oh,
It's here! Whoa, my rank is C? I knew it was
371
coming,
score.
but still, I'm in shock.
It looks like mine are all dull office jobs. Not much room for advancement. I better get used to it.
Hey, Akane, what about you? How'd you do?
Let's see, come on.
Oh, no way! You've got an aptitude for all of the central ministries!
Hey.
These results.
Of course,
you know
yeah,
they
we
really
knew
are
that
something
before.
incredible. You could even work for the PSB.
But don't you see? If they recommend any job and every job for me, then how can I know which one's the best fit? I mean, which one of these choices is the job I'm meant to do?
How the
Yeah,
hell
that's
should
the
I
thing.
know? Why would you even ask my opinion?
Whoa.
You could have become anything you wanted, chosen any kind of life there is a person could live. Probably agonized over all your options. It's incredible.
Of course, yeah, that is
It's like you're one of
also
those people
a
from back before Sybil
downside
was
to it.
created.
You know, if you
Yeah,
do
it
too
is.
well, you have too many
Everyone
options.
used to have to
you know.
feel their way around and choose their own life. To think that a world where such things were natural once existed.
You might not be aware of this, but most suckers these days don't have any choice. They just get pegged into whatever position the Sybil system thinks they're right for. And yet here you are, with all the options in the world, talking about making
Some
sense
might
of your
say
life
too many.
and finding your purpose in the universe.
I guess. Sometimes I do stress out about it. But now, I feel like maybe it's a blessing and a luxury for me to be able to worry
Sure.
about having so many opportunities.
I think
Whoa, oh my
people
god, the way
only
they're
have
doing
real
this.
value when acting on their own impulses
Wow.
and desires. So I've asked a number of people to tell me about their suppressed free will. I encourage them, I facilitate, and then I watch for the truth to play out.
Funny. I might actually be able to understand how you feel now.
There's a good conversation starter. How do we define criminal? Maybe that dominator you're holding. Shall we allow the Sybil system, that which governs it, to decide what I am?
That's wrong, isn't it? That's how we messed up in the first place.
By reading a bioorganism's force field using a somatic scan, people have found a way to analyze a person's mind. The intelligence of science finally uncovered the secret of our souls, and society's changed because of it. But there's a problem. Free will has been stripped from the equation. If man's not judged by will, then how are we really deciding who is good and who is evil?
I don't think the important thing was the final verdict of good or evil. I feel like it was to think about yourself, agonize over it, and accept it.
I'm talking about seeing the naked splendor of people's souls. I want to see our precious lives played out on the stage of the world. But how can our souls be precious if they're not utilized? If we base our lives on Sybil's oracle and not our own free will, then can our souls have value?
Of course they can! You think you decide their worth? You judge their friends, their family, the value of a happiness you've never felt?
It was fun
Whoa.
and pretty easy. I didn't experience any difficulty at all. Someone else always took care of things for me, and I was never even forced to ask myself what was important to me. Say, Akane, do you think I was able to be happy going through life that way?
I think you could have become happy. You could have searched for the answer at any time. As long as you're alive, anybody can.
Wow, this episode's beautiful.
Tsunemori speaking.
Where the hell did you wander off to? We're in crisis mode.
Right, well, the chief had me deliver something to the Ministry of Welfare.
There's been a murder in Ichikawa. Kogami's prints were found at the scene. Get here quick.
Ooh.
I understand. I'll be there as soon as I can. Sybil system. You hear me, right? I'll go along and do whatever you want me to do. But only under one condition.
Okay.
We're listening.
If I bring Shogo Makishima in alive, then you have to guarantee Shinya Kogami's life in return. Withdraw his execution order.
An odd request, as those two things are not logically equivalent.
Yeah, well, I don't really care about your stupid
That's
logic.
just what
If
she
Mr. Kogami isn't
thinks is
spared,
right.
then I won't do anything to stop Makishima from dying. If push comes to shove, I'll kill him myself. So what's next? Are you gonna kill me too for disobeying your order? Go ahead. Murder
Wow,
me
this
just
side
like
of
you murdered
Akane is
Kagami.
not something I
Of
thought
course,
I'd
then
see.
you'll have to find yourself another pawn
Wow.
who you think can do your bidding.
We accept. However, only once Shogo Makishima is captured alive will we grant an exception for Shinya Kogami.
It's a deal.
Alright. Oh man. Oh man.
What took so long?
Sorry, everyone. What happened here?
Some of the neighbors, they reported seeing a guy walking around in one of those helmets. So we went door to door asking questions. Got to this house, only one with a security breach. So, we rushed in and found this mess.
The victim is Nobuaki Kudama.
Yep.
He used to run
That's
a
him.
lab belonging to the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, but he retired from that years ago.
Yep.
At the time of his death, he was just an ordinary pensioner.
The house appears to have been searched, and there's Kogami's prints. But why on earth?
This wound. It may have been Makishima who did it.
Yeah.
What if
Wow,
this old
right away
man
she
had something
figured
to
it
do
out,
with
wow.
Makishima's next plot? And Mr. Kogami figured it out and raced here, but was too late.
So that
Could
means
be.
Kogami really is ahead of
Probably
us on
what.
this
That's
one,
actually probably
All right, but
exactly what
even
happened.
so, what motive could Makishima possibly have for killing this old-timer? Gonna be a pain to analyze a scene
Probably
as
the
trash as this.
information that.
What would Mr. Kogami
I don't
consider
know.
to be the least desirable outcome?
Letting Makishima get away again, right?
Yep.
Okay, and what would be his second greatest concern?
Being tracked down by us too soon, before
yeah.
he can kill this guy.
Yeah.
No?
That sounds
That's
right.
it.
So let's look at things with that order in mind. Say, Mr. Kogami got here well before we did.
Yeah.
What if he had just hidden the body somewhere we'd never find it? While Nobuaki Kudama remained missing, we would have wrongly moved on, losing the trail, and Mr. Kogami would have had a longer lead. That would have been the surest way to buy
some time.
Whoa.
And yet, he didn't
Oh man.
Mr.
Oh
Kogami
wow.
isn't one to be
Ginoza
overconfident.
knows.
Just on the off chance that he might fail
Oh, sorry,
in his mission,
Ginoza.
I think he'd probably leave behind a clue. So at least someone could stop Makishima. The question is, how long will it take us to find that clue? He's testing us with this. To see if we have the tenacity it takes to pursue Makishima and bring him to justice. If we don't show that level of determination, we'll be stranded here and get a late start.
Yeah.
Focus the scan on his neck and eye wounds. Start there.
Okay, Kane being the best.
A metal object has been detected in the victim's airway.
Get me gloves.
Hey, wait. Leave that to forensics.
What, and allow Mr. Kogami to buy more time? If we want to catch up to him, we gotta do this now. Rinse it off. It's audio data.
Oh.
This is Shinyu
It's gonna be...
Kogami.
Oh.
I'm a former enforcer, and I'm leaving this message for the detectives who are bound to show up here sooner or later.
Son of a...
The victim is Nobuaki Kodama, retired doctor of agriculture. He was in charge of a team developing the Ukonomitama virus, a disease countermeasure for hyperotes. He's considered to be the greatest factor in Japan creating a self-sufficient food supply. Shogo Makishima must have gotten some sort of idea on how to destroy the granary in Hokuriku from Professor Kodama. And then he slashed the old man's throat and gouged out both eyeballs. Then he chopped off all the fingers at their second joints.
He's just having a
These
great
may be
time.
needed
Just
to bypass some form of security. A facility from the old days would rely on outdated biometric scanners instead of the cymatic scans we use today.
There it is.
The lab Kodama's research team was working out of at Izumo University looks suspicious. The lab's been converted into a factory and control center for the Ukonomitama virus. I suspect that is Makishima's next target.
And you'd be correct.
Wiping out our main food supply.
Oh,
We're
God.
talking bioterrorism.
We need to hurry. We can still catch up to them.
Oh man, the way they do these outros is so amazing. It really is a, you know, three-way race, I guess you can say. Race against time. Because obviously, Kogami's, you know, going after Makishima, and they're going after both, I guess you can say. Both Kogami and Makishima. And this place is insane. Oh my god. There he is. Oh man, next episode is gonna be insane. There he is. He's going to work right away.
Shall I begin?
Oh man. Oh man, this show is so amazing. Okay. Starting off hot. Starting off really well. Very strong start to this finale. It's going to be an amazing 3-episode finale. And yeah, like I said, we're starting off really strong. Very, you know, cohesive way to kind of begin the beginning of the end, I guess you can say, because obviously this is, first of all, the end of the season, and also the events, you know, that are occurring in the series. So obviously we now learn about Makishima's plan, you know, pretty much to the T. You know, obviously that's pretty much impossible because it's Makishima, and, you know, as much as you can, you know, learn about everything and try to understand everything, it's still Makishima, and it's not really possible to come to, you know, sorry about that, it's not really possible to completely, you know, understand and try to think the way he does, because it's Makishima, and, you know, that's not, he's not exactly normal, like it was mentioned, you know, towards the beginning, he would be a massive asset, I guess you can say. You know, he would be very useful. So yeah, of course, that's something I want to talk about. You know, towards the beginning of the episode, that's where pretty much everything stemmed from, because obviously we got that amazing scene with Akane, and just in general, you know, the journey of Akane has been amazing, you know, throughout the series. Definitely one of my favorite characters. Man, I think it's been so long since I recorded. So long, you know, so long since I've talked this much that my throat's not used to it. So, even though that doesn't really mean much, because it's not like I'm mute for the entire day. So, but it's just in general in this in this, span of time. We've already been going for 30 minutes. But yeah, one of my favorite characters for sure. I still am not really sure. I would prefer if we got to the end of the season, then I would be able to, properly have an answer for that. For now, I mean, I love Kogami so much, Akane's, I don't know, it might be Akane probably, actually, I don't know, it's difficult, it's really difficult, but, Akane is definitely one of the best characters, and, yeah, just everything that we've gotten with her, throughout the series has been amazing, and I've really enjoyed how they've treated her character, and, how they've just, how, I don't know, just her character development has been, done really well, and yeah, it's been awesome, and, obviously, like I said, that entire scene with pretty much her dilemma, you know what I mean, her having to think about so many things, and, pretty much having to make a decision, that was, in a way, that was a full circle moment, you know what I mean, in the series, because that's what the show's about, everything that they were talking about, the philosophy of this show, and, everything surrounding that, and, I think I have talked about that, a few times throughout the series, the philosophy of the show, and how deep it is, you know what I mean, how deep it goes, and, of course, as we go on, they're just adding more and more to it, obviously, like I said, it's come full circle pretty much, and, that episode was pretty much perfect, even the scene where Akane pretty much just, got to, re-experience and, relive the, certain moments that she's gone through, and pretty much just, actually, I guess you could say actually be in the moment, and, it was really beautiful, especially how they ended that scene as well, where she pretty much, it actually was pretty emotional, how she pretty much understood, and how she felt grateful, for the fact that she did have many options, and that's something that a lot of people cannot relate to, and, obviously at first, of course, when we got the first flashback, she was pretty much the opposite, she felt that it was overwhelming, she had too many options, and, she thought that it was better to pretty much only have a few, then, that way it would actually be pretty easy, because then you wouldn't be so overwhelmed and, stressed out, you know what I mean? That was obviously something that she mentioned as well, she definitely stressed out about it, and, that's something that I've, obviously not to her extent, I'm not that, you know what I mean? I didn't have that many options, but, I can definitely understand where she's coming from, and, it definitely is difficult, it's, because of course, there's a lot of pressure, on you having to make the right decision, and, it doesn't even have to necessarily be, in terms of your career, it could just be anything, any decision, that you have to make, you could have a ton of choices, or you could not have a ton of choices, you could only have one choice, and, you're pretty much forced to make that choice, and, obviously, like I said, as time went on, she was grateful, for the fact that she did have a lot of choices, and, yeah, it's definitely tough, especially, of course, the scene at the beginning, where she was pretty much just, I thought the dialogue was amazing as well, of course, the conversation that Akane had, and, that was really badass as well, of course, when, when she was driving there, and she pretty much just said, under one condition, I will continue, of course, following your orders, your, whatever is necessary, but under one condition, that, oh man, that was that was just seeing her smile like that was honestly, it was in a way it was refreshing, because like I said, it's been, she's been going through a lot, throughout the entire series, and just even after that, seeing her just being a detective was just so awesome. It was just so heartwarming. You know what I mean? Just seeing her, because she deserves it. She really does. And yeah, obviously they found the audio recording and everything that Kogami left, because of course he knew that it really is just, oh my god, man, this show, the characters are such a strong part of it. I feel like it's the strongest part of it. Obviously the storytelling is amazing. I mean, it's difficult. I'm not gonna lie, I can't really go against that. I think the storytelling is probably the strongest aspect, but I don't know, the characters are so strong in this series. That's the point. And they know each other so well. That's another massive thing. I feel like I've been talking for a long time. I don't know. Like I said, it's been a while since I recorded, so I'm kind of just going with the flow. I'm kind of just going with what feels right, and the amount of, I'm just talking as much as it feels right. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I didn't talk for that long, but yeah, just to wrap it up, I was saying, they know each other so well, and they're able to read each other like a book, to be honest. And of course Kogami was pretty much certain that they would find that audio recording. And yeah, obviously, like I said, now the focus is on Makushima and everything that he's doing and working on, and obviously he's trying to pretty much cut out the food supply, which is like Ginoza said, that's let me actually go back to the end of the last episode. Towards the end, of course, also Ginoza was, towards the end there was that scene where he even saw a bit of Kogami in Akane, which is crazy as well, because obviously he's known Kogami for a really long time. And yeah, it's just I was gonna say bioterrorism, but I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, it really is. It's it's bioterrorism. Pretty much just wiping out the entire food supply, and we'll see what happens. It's gonna be crazy. Obviously towards the end, Kogami pretty much arrived, and yeah, shit's about to go down. And that's all there is to it. I'm not sure, I couldn't really tell how, I mean, it is literally impossible to tell how far the gang was, to them too, so we'll see. I don't know, I mean, it seems like they were pretty far, but, like I said, we'll see. Hopefully, of course, they're not too far, and, they can get there in time before shit goes down, like I said. But either way, let's be honest, it's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna get there in time. I mean, like I said, Kogami's already there. So yeah, let's do it. Now I actually definitely do know that I talked for way too long, but yeah. Let's just jump into this right now. I'm gonna just raise it to 80 because it was a little bit
so that's it? It's really that easy
too
to adjust the Ukonome
low in the
virus?
last one.
Yes, the process itself should be automated or close to it, as long as the equipment still works. I would guess that's why they chose Ukonome-tama, because it is so easy to update.
Yep.
A good virus transformed into a destructive disease. We thought we'd built the perfect iron wall for our food supply. In truth, it was more like a double-edged sword. All right, let's go.
Here we go. She just can't stop thinking. The show looks good as well, of course. I feel like I've mentioned that at some point, but yeah, the show looks amazing. I don't really have any complaints, to be honest. It's looked amazing so far.
And now we come to one of my favorite stories from the book of Matthew. Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away.
That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Oh man. Whew. Here we go. It's exactly, I mean, we'll see. Maybe that is exactly what's about to happen, but here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's see reward. Man, these titles.
The surest way to buy some time. And yet, he didn't do that. Security's still active.
Yep.
I need another way in.
What you thinking? Oh? Wow, okay. I guess I was wrong. They, you know, obviously, yeah, you know, traveling by, you know, using a...
Well.
I don't even really know what to call that. I guess helicopter? I don't know helicopter, but I don't know. A vehicle, I guess we'll say. In a way, they got there first because obviously they're actually... Oh?
Damn it. This place is
they're actually in.
It has to be. These machines centrally manage the defense virus and distribute it to the entire Hokuriku area.
Hard to believe a facility this big can be fully automated with no humans on site.
That's crazy, yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
The bigger the prey, the easier it is to hit the target on their back, especially when you're working with a poison needle powerful enough to kill a whale. These tactics are just like Makishima. It's probably from Kogami.
Yep.
I'm guessing he saw us land.
Of
He
course,
has to
I
be
mean,
somewhere
how could he
nearby.
not?
Tsunemori here.
Didn't think you'd get here this fast.
Then you shouldn't be underestimating the Bureau.
Yep.
You're not the only person who can chase Makishima into a corner.
He's already in the facility.
Amazing.
He must be using the equipment Professor Kudama left in the university's lab to alter the Ukonomitama virus as we speak. And that's assuming he's not already finished.
He won't pull this off. We can't let him.
Then we've got to be quick.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta hurry up because he's on it already.
We've got to shut down the entire facility.
Yep.
You should be able to cut off the power to this place under the authority of the MWPSB, right?
If we do that, it won't just shut down the factory's machines, but the security system too. That's what you want, isn't it? You're trying to use us to lower the defenses so you can get to Makishima before we can and take him out. Isn't that right, Kogami? We'll never let you do that.
That man wants to bring down this society. That means the MWPSB has only one choice. Cut off the power. Do it and you save our country.
I'm gonna find a way to save you also. I will not make Shinya Kogami a murderer.
Then we've got ourselves a race.
Oh, man. Whew. It really is a three-way
Can't we have it transferred to our
race.
control so that we can shut down the plant without leaving it undefended?
That process would take some time. Makishima could put us into checkmate while we sit.
Yep.
I'm afraid we have no other option here. We
Yeah,
have to
gotta
kill
make
off
a move.
power like Kogami wants us to. Kuniza,
Really?
I've disabled the command to switch to the secondary power supply. All we have to do now is cut off the main line and we're set.
Whoa.
There's something I'd like to ask the both of you. If you do encounter Mr. Kogami somewhere in there, and if his crime coefficient is over 300 so it activates the Eliminator, will you promise to call me in before you shoot him?
And what's the point of you being there?
I've got a trump card I can use against him. Just trust
Okay.
me. Let me handle this.
Yep. Yep.
We're going after Makishima now.
Oh boy.
This time you'll help me, right?
The Dominator will assist.
I'm glad to hear that. Then lock this gun on Paralyzer, with the safety off. You can do that for me, can't you?
The Dominator determines its enforcement mode based on the measured crime coefficients. This is the basis for the system that maintains the current public safety. It will not be changed or violated.
Makishima threatens that public safety on a massive scale. To stop him and protect ourselves, we need suitable weapons. If we can't use the Dominators, we'll have no choice but to depend on more primitive arms.
Yep.
And that could be lethal. Killing him would be worse than paralyzing him, don't you think?
That would be a result of your lack of resourcefulness.
It's a fact our resources are limited in this case. Our chances of capturing Makishima alive without someone getting hurt aren't likely at all. If you grant me an exception, those chances get a whole lot better. Think of the end results and the justice you're trying to enforce. You're good at calculating risk and reward, aren't you?
Beginning now and ending when Shogo Makishima is captured, we will grant an exception on the applicable terminal device. Safety will remain unlocked. Enforcement mode. Non-lethal paralyzer. Please exercise maximum discretion when using weapon. Do not allow other detectives to become aware of this exception.
I understand.
That's something that you can't do, of course.
Something wrong, Missy?
I'm just thinking about
acting like yourself ever since the chief called you.
Yep.
I know it's probably none of my business. But some burdens can be too heavy to carry alone.
Are you worried about me?
I am.
Wow.
You're reminding me of Kogami. I don't want to see the end
that's
of
not
another
a good thing.
inspector's career. That's what happens when you're in too deep.
Well, if you're so concerned, do you want to check my crime coefficient?
Hey, that's not what
No,
I...
it's okay. Go ahead and point your Dominator at me. I'll clear the record of it with my authority as an inspector.
Alright.
Crime coefficient 24. Target is a registered inspector.
See? Right now, I'm exactly the kind of person that the civil system wants here.
Yep.
Guess so.
Please proceed, Miss Kanizuka. We're ready now.
Copy that. I'm separating the entire facility from the main power grid.
There it goes. Oh. And he knew, didn't he?
Not bad at all.
Yeah, he expected it. I mean, how could he not?
Yes.
You got what you wanted, man. Alright, here we go. Now everything really begins. Oh, this theme is awesome. I think it's been a while since we got this one. This is perfect for a, Kogami and Makishima scene.
Well, we know one thing at least. Makishima's bioterrorism plot has failed. If he's the genius everyone says he is, won't he realize it's over now and try to escape?
I'm not so sure. It's
No,
true
he
Makishima's
definitely had
put
a
great deal of thought into
contingency
his
plan.
plans and executed them carefully.
It's Makishima, I mean.
That doesn't mean everything's just a calculation to him.
Yeah.
You think he'll stick to his plan even with the power out?
If he still thinks there's a way, then he will try it. Right now, we're simply preventing the emergency power from kicking in automatically, aren't we?
Yes.
Then it can still be switched on manually using the control board inside the facility. That would bring the plant back online. This isn't over yet.
That's in the central control room. Should we cast a net?
Hold on. If he is thinking rationally, he'll try to escape while he can. We don't have time for a side trip.
Okay, then we should split up. I'll check the control room. Inspector Ginaza, I want you to look for him in the university's lab.
I'll go with Inspector
Hopefully this
Tsunamori.
ends
I can
well. I don't
run
know,
a
I'm
hard
kind of
patch
worried
to the main
here.
security console. And with Shion helping from headquarters, we may at least be able to control the security cameras so we can spot this guy.
And I guess that makes us the lucky dogs in charge of chasing. Come on. what do you
Hey,
make of that
Guinness, that's
face?
so fed up
This is
with
where
it.
we men get to buff out our chests.
Damn it.
Did something happen at the Ministry of Welfare?
Why do you ask? Am I acting differently?
Of everyone on this team, I'd say you're contributing the most. Yet there's a cloud over your head you can't shake.
She can tell. It's everything. Oh man, this is why I said it came full circle, you know?
Resolve anything. I just have to keep on moving. No matter how small it is, there's still hope. And as long as I cling to that,
that's a great message.
I can do my job and see this to the end.
Oh yeah. That's the mindset.
When you first joined us as a new inspector, I admit, I had my doubts. I thought you were a naive little girl who couldn't possibly handle this work.
I know, right? It crazy how far we've come.
I was so naive.
No. You've proven my first impression was completely wrong. At this point, there's no doubt in my mind. I know that I can put my life in your hands. You've earned that.
I think you're giving me way too much credit.
I was about to say, how does she feel about that?
Good. All clear.
Did we make it in time?
We're still assuming that he'd be in this location.
You're right. And it's strange there's no one else here.
Yep.
He would have predicted what Makishima would do next a whole lot better than
Of course, yeah.
If this were the correct
We haven't seen him in a while, of course.
Mr. Kogami would have made it here before us. So why not? I must be overlooking something.
You won't like it, but I still need the answer.
That's my favorite kind of question.
You did help him get away, isn't that right?
You're gonna keep up your interrogation at a time like this?
I know.
Your logic.
So stubborn, right?
Let Kogami work outside the law. Screw the system if it gets the job done. That's the crude, selfish justice of an old-fashioned hunting dog like you. Can you tell me I'm wrong? Can you?
I know it's him. He's the one you always rely on. You don't expect anything from me. Like catching Makishima. You never thought I had a chance, did you?
Kogami's an enforcer and a latent criminal. He and I have gone down the same dark road, but you're still on a different path, and I'll do anything to keep it that way. So I did what I thought was best from the bottom of my heart.
You can make justifications for anything.
It's true.
Bad guys run and detectives go after them. That's the assumption we make.
Inspector?
But Makishima looks at things differently. He understands how badly we want to catch him. He knows how afraid we are of letting him slip by. And he knows how desperate that makes us.
Oh man.
Gina-san, Masaoka. Wait, please. It's too dangerous.
I need you to stay here. Someone has to be sure that Makishima doesn't access the emergency power. Don't let him get near it. Destroy the whole console if you have to.
Wow.
Inspector Ginaza, can you hear me?
Don't move!
Oh. Oh God.
Nabushka!
Oh God.
Hold on. Behind you!
Whoa. Holy shit. Oh man, this got real. Oh, this music too. Can he maybe? I don't think so. I don't even think he can move right now. Man, he's actually pretty winning as well. Pretty impressive. Oh man.
Trying to blow yourself up and take me with
Good
you.
Lord.
You
Holy
honestly
shit.
believe I'd do a stupid thing like that?
Oh God.
Don't let that man go at any cost! You're a detective! Fulfill your duty!
Wow. Yep, and you heard that. Oh god. Oh my god. Holy shit. You motherfucker. And here he comes. What are you gonna do, man? Oh my god.
That bastard.
Good lord, seeing Genos like that. And there he goes.
You idiot! Why did you let him go? Why? What kind of detective are you?
I'm no detective. I don't deserve the title. You are my son, after all. Look at those eyes. They look just the same as mine used to. Back when I was young.
There he goes. There he goes.
Don't go like this. Why? Why would you? It's too late now!
Oof. Wow, that
So
that
finally
laugh,
ditched
what
that
the hell?
kangaroo justice, and now you've got some real
Good
bloodlust,
lord,
haven't
this
you?
music.
In the end, you're everything I always hoped you'd be.
Is that right? It's funny, because I have no hopes for you at all.
You can't feign indifference after coming this far.
Spare me the arrogance. You're nothing special to me. You're just a bag of trash the city overlooked, and I'm here to finish the job. I know you feel bitter for being rejected and left out of society your entire life. Beneath your bullshit, you just couldn't bear the solitude. You're no different than the little kid whining because he isn't part of the game.
You really say some funny things. My solitude, as if that's only applicable to me. Really, who isn't alone in this society we've constructed? The time when our
Man, I
connection to
love these
others
two so
defined
much.
us is gone. We've lost all sense of self. In this world where we're watched over by the system and live by its standards, a community is no longer needed. It's not even relevant. We all live in our own little cell, and the system tames us by giving each of us our personal serenity.
Come on, man. Wow. And he did that on purpose. Oh man, here we go. Holy shit. Oh, we're gonna end it here, aren't we? We're about to end the episode. Oh yeah, Akane. Holy shit, I forgot about Akane. Whoa. Holy shit, what a cliffhanger. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh my god, that might have been the best episode of the series. I mean, it has a shot at it. You know, it was. Oh man, this finale is gonna be insane. Good lord. Alright, I think we've seen this one before, so I'm just gonna... Seems like we don't have a scene as well afterwards, so... Jesus Christ. What the This finale is gonna be insane. What an episode. It's absolute, it's just a masterpiece. I mean, it just is. You know, what can you do? What can you do other than clap? I mean, that's... What is there to say? You know, it's such a... I mean, even, you know, the way we lost... Oh, man, that was just really, you know, difficult to watch, you know, as soon as it happened. You know, I was, you know, I you know, afterwards I wasn't that emotional, but, you know, as soon as it happened, I definitely was, you know, close to tears. You know, it was really difficult. You know, in a way, it definitely was coming. It was pretty clear to see it. I mean, I had a feeling. I didn't want to say anything because, you know, there was a chance that it might not have happened, but, you know, the conversation beforehand, obviously, that was a sign. It just was. You know, you know, you gotta feel for, Uniza. And, yeah, it's just so, man, that was so difficult. You know, obviously, that's gonna be something that's not gonna be easy to get over. You know, that's gonna take a while for Ginoza, and, you know, not just Ginoza, everyone. You know, Masaoka was obviously a very, just honestly, a very genuine soul. You know, even, you know, since the beginning, you know, with Akane, and, you know, it was honestly the entire beginning of the series. You know, you could say maybe the first 3 episodes, you know, but even just in general, you know, he was such a genuine person, and, you know, it like I said, it's really tough to take, you know, but, you know, he did it because he cared about Ginoza, and, you know, obviously, being his father, you know, he could not bear to see him go, and he sacrificed himself, and, you know, it's absolutely, of course, you know, it's tragic, and, you know, like I said, it's really just tough for Ginoza, but I think deep down, you know, he knew that he was going to do that. You know, that's why obviously he was, you know, yelling at the top of his lungs, you know, basically telling him to, whatever it takes to just not let him get away, you know, not let Makishima get away. And, you know, I think even he knew that that was not going to happen, you know, that his father was not, he just could not, you know, bring himself to allow that to happen. And, yeah, it's just so rough. But, you know, at the same time, I mean, there's kind of bigger things at play here, you know what I mean? There's bigger things happening with, Makishima and, of course, Kogami. And, you know, that's obviously a epic-ass battle, and, yeah, it's gonna be insane, man. It's gonna be crazy. Of course, you know, Akane as well is still, you know, a part of this. You know, I almost forgot because of, you know, of course, of everything happening, I almost forgot about Akane, but, you know, towards the end, yeah, she's here, and, you know, there's a lot happening. There's 2 pairs of just insanity, you know, obviously the first one being Masaoka and Ginoza, and then the second one being Makishima and Kogami, and, you know, of course, even just the whole, man, every time they have like a scene together, or, you know, dialogue, it's just, oh man, it's just the best, dude. I've said it before, but, you know, I gotta say it one more time, probably the last time before we finish season 1. It just reminds me of Death Note so much, man. But yeah, yeah, that's all I'll say, because if you guys haven't seen Death Note, I mean, first of all, if you haven't seen Death Note in this modern day, I mean, I don't know how you haven't seen it, but yeah, let's do it. This is it. It really just feels surreal, I don't even know what to say. Of course, it's been a long time coming, It's been a long time since I did the last video, like I said. It's been such a long time, and the 16 to 19 video. And yeah, it's been a long time coming, and it's gonna be an emotional finale. Possibly it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a climactic finale. I don't think it's gonna be disappointing, whatever happens. Before we go, I mean, I was worried, like I said, oh my god, I literally said it, like, I said it before they split up. You know what I mean? I was worried about it, and yeah, sure enough, we lost someone, and, in this finale, I'd like to think that's not gonna happen. We're not gonna lose someone else, but who knows, man? I mean, if Akane obviously, gets to them, I could see this being really I could see this being really fucked up in a lot of ways. Oh man, this is okay. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but yeah, I don't know. I'm really worried about this. Yeah, let's just do it. I don't have anything else to say. I really hope. The thing is, if I say I really hope things go well, that could mean so many things. Because everyone, like I said, it really is a three-way race. Everyone has a goal in mind, and, they're just kind of determined. You know what I mean? I guess you could say Makishima, his plan kind of failed. Like Masaoka said, his plan kind of failed. That his plan, with the whole food supply and everything. But in reality, I think if we're being honest with ourselves, that wasn't really his plan. That was kind of just something that he could use as a bait, I guess you can say, to, bring them in so that, and, like I said, that was kind of just a thing that he knew that it wasn't going to succeed. You know what I mean? He knew that they were going to just shut everything off, so he kind of had a contingency plan, and that was the real plan, so yeah, let's do it. I don't know why I just kept on talking, but yeah, I should have enough battery for this. Yeah, barely. Oh my god, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. One final time for season 1. I guess if you want to, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what those, like, things are afterwards. If those count as season 1, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to call this video if that's the case. When I post it, I mean, by the time I edit and upload it, I'll probably know what it is. Hopefully, once I finish this video right away, I'll do the community post and ask about that. If not, I guess I'll just put season 1 finale in the title. But yeah, let's do it. For the final time in season 1. Let's check out episode 22 of Psycho-Pass in 3, 2, 1, and play.
Beneath your bullshit, you just couldn't bear the solitude.
Oh.
Really, who isn't alone in this society we've constructed?
Oof.
In this world where we're watched over by the system and live by its standards, a community is no longer needed. It's not even relevant. We all live in our own little cell. The system tames us by giving each of us our personal serenity.
Makishima has to have some, like, legendary quotes
no one
that people
accepted your
still use
justice or understood your anger, so you turned your back on trust and friendships. You even abandoned the only remaining place that would tolerate you, all so you could come this far, reach this moment where you know you truly belong. After all that, you try to laugh at my solitude?
experience at least. And psychologically, they're both trying to get in each other's heads.
But I see you. I value that trait.
Oh man.
He who doesn't fear solitude. He who can turn it into a weapon.
Oh man, chills. Here we go. We'll let it play. Yeah, we'll let it play. Sure. It's the last time. You know, I'm sure in season 2 we'll get a new opening. So yeah, we'll let it play. Let's just really enjoy it. Oh man, the chills though. That was such a cool look. I actually didn't even pay attention to the title. Probably should have done that. Such a good opening. The song and, I mean, yeah, the visuals are amazing too. Oh, Connor. Oh my god. Oh, that final. Wow. You might get that scene right now. There he is. Here we go. They're really going at it.
Learn, do you, Kogami?
It's a shame. That pose. Oh man, this is such a well. How do we say it? It really is a match made in heaven. You know what I mean? They cancel each other out. You know. There she is.
Please, Kogami.
Oh, right in time.
You need to drop the blade.
Wow, he doesn't even give it. Oh my god, he doesn't even. What's it gonna be, Kogami? Oh, okay.
Realize that was Makishima, right?
Yeah, I know. I'll take care of him also.
Okay.
You gonna shoulder this all yourself? Handcuff me and go after him on your own?
Surely you know I'm not that reckless, don't you? This Dominator is locked in paralyzer mode, with the safety unlocked.
Yep.
So you should be able to use it too. Let's do this together.
Let's do it.
We're going to paralyze Makishima and bring him in. I'm not going to let you do anything more. Try and I'll blow out your leg.
I'm surprised. I always thought this job
the
would
tone.
make you tougher. But I guess I figured you'd still be nice about it.
Here we go.
You're trying not to kill Makishima no matter what. Why?
Because it's illegal, and I can't overlook a crime.
Yep.
Why are you going so far to obey a law that can neither judge a criminal nor protect the people from his wrath?
The law doesn't protect people. People protect the law.
That's just perfect. Even for this show, it's just
Humans have always fought against
sums
evil
up the whole show.
and sought out a righteous way of living as a group. Those feelings, the accumulation of society's feelings, are the law. They aren't just provisions or arbitrary rules. They're the fragile and irreplaceable ideals that we all carry in the deepest recesses of our hearts. Compared to the power of anger and hatred, there's something that can easily be broken down.
Yep.
People have prayed for a better world since the dawn of time, hoped for a better future, sacrificed their own freedoms for its sake. In order for those prayers to hold meaning, we have to protect the law, that promise of a better world, to the very end. We can't just give up on it because it's flawed.
Of course.
If there ever comes a time when everyone feels the way you do, the Sybil system will disappear. There won't be any latent criminals or enforcers. Because there won't be any need for them. But until then...
We keep going. A little bit more and you would have got it. Oh, wow. Wow, he's just smiling. He's gonna let her get there, or what? That's really smart, yeah. And there he goes. And it really is just the two of them. What the hell? This music too.
I do wish you people would stop insulting us with your so-called efforts. You're in our way.
Here he comes.
Interesting. That's fate.
And there he goes.
No. Don't do it. Please.
This is between him and me now.
Wow.
Kogami! Wait!
Oh god, now I'm... Oh god, now I'm even more worried, but... Obviously, you know, she can't do anything. She's out of play now.
Everyone is alone. Everyone's empty. We don't really need each other anymore. With so much at our fingertips, we can find a spare for any talent. Any item, any piece of knowledge, any relationship can be replaced with a simple search and a click. I'd become bored of a world like that.
Jesus.
But for some reason, some feeling I can't explain, the thought that someone other than you might kill me, that never even crossed my mind.
Wow. Oh. Oh man, this piano's amazing. Wow, it's actually gonna happen. This is so beautiful.
Tell me, what do you think, Kogami?
Hmm.
Once this is done, will you find a replacement for me?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Guess we'll see.
I sure as hell hope not.
That's fair. There he goes.
They must have realized it the moment they first laid eyes on one another. Realized that long before they had ever met,
This is the
Destiny had planned this encounter.
Oh. Wait.
They were not two ships passing in the night. They weren't mysteries that couldn't be explained.
Yeah, this is from the first episode,
They understood
right?
each other better than they understood themselves.
I swear
Their
I've heard
focus
this
was
before.
solely reserved for the other.
Oh man, I feel. Yeah, it's gotta be so difficult to. Ugh. How do we still have like 7 minutes in the episode?
So does that mean the system is done with me now?
We have no choice but to lower our evaluation of your abilities and alter our expectations. However, that does not mean the value of your existence turns negative. To the contrary, when it comes to the macro management of the Sybil system, you remain an individual of outstanding value. Your role has simply changed.
And what's that mean?
You have a strong and healthy psychopath, combined with a clear mind and superior judgment. These qualities make you as close to ideal as can be expected from an individual human. You will serve as an example to the citizens of the coming era. Furthermore, you possess an emotional antipathy completely contrary to your theoretical assessment of the Sybil system. This internal conflict has only intensified after recent events, making you an invaluable subject for field research. If we can establish a means of winning you over to our side, we will obtain crucial sample data which will help us take the governance of society to the next phase.
What are you planning?
Due to current public opinion, the true nature of the Sybil system must be kept completely secret from the masses. While many safeguards are in place to ensure that secrecy, exposure of the truth remains the most statistically significant danger to our stewardship. In the short term, this is a necessary risk. But in the long term, this strategy is not desirable. To achieve maximum stability, we should eventually lift the curtain and make our true nature known, thereby creating an environment where every citizen enjoys and accepts our governance with full knowledge of what we are. Only this can solidify the health and prosperity of future human society. But the individual human mind is unpredictable. To succeed at this transition, further research is required. Continuing to observe and analyze your behavior will provide us with key insights on
Are you willing to do it? That's the question.
Future citizens and adapting them to our system. In short, we must learn how to persuade.
Yep.
You think you can control us?
As long as you don't show any signs of jeopardizing our secret, your life and your freedom of action will be guaranteed. We hope you will cooperate. If you follow the root instinct of self-preservation, there is only one choice you can make.
You're right. I don't want to die in vain, and I don't want to bring chaos to a people that aren't ready. Shutting down Sybil now would cause our society to collapse.
Knowing your mind, we believe we can trust in your respect for the law when you make your future decisions.
Laws are a man-made construction. An agreement we all make with each other in the hope of a better life. Enforcing laws unworthy of protection is a betrayal of that pact, a shaming of that hope. You shouldn't underestimate humans. We're always striving for a better society that meets our ideals. And one day someone is going to find that better way, and when they do, they'll march into this room and shut you down. The Sybil system has no future. You're on borrowed, no, stolen time.
Your passion pleases us,
what
Kanasamori. Fight. Struggle. Only that will help us to evolve.
What the hell? 2 months later?
Hey,
what?
It's been a while.
Just a casual
Came
2
to
months.
see you today because I decided what I'm going to do next. My crime coefficient is up to 140 now.
Whoa.
They say there's no longer a chance of recovery, but as you know, it's not in my nature to sit around and mope in the isolation facility.
Yeah, of course, you're...
So instead, I'm going back to the PSB.
Whoa.
I know how much you wanted me to take a different path. And now that I've fallen, that dream is dead. I guess I'm just a bad son in every way.
It's not
But
true.
strangely enough, I don't have any regrets. Nothing's good about living as a hound. It's brutal work. But it's necessary, and some poor fools have to do it. That's us. Right, Dad?
All right.
Wow.
Sorry for the trouble.
Not at all.
Wow.
It's part of my job to chaperone enforcers. You taught me that from the start.
At least my dad got a grave. I can't say the same thing about Kagari. Division 2 search. They were told to stop, right?
Yes.
I'm sure he was killed. The top brass must know.
Unfortunately.
But they want to sweep any evidence they have under the rug. It's not the kind of thing they'd want to go public.
And Mr. Kogami, I wonder where he is now.
When you
I
take
was
the
just about to
collar off a hunting
ask
dog
that.
as wild as he was, well, then he's not much different than a wolf. And now that he's out in the wilderness, he may actually enjoy his new life.
How could he, when he's living as a fugitive?
I bet he's happier running for his life than living under lock and key as an enforcer. He's a survivor, a cunning man.
Yep, at
who
heart
never
he
knew
is.
when to call it quits. No matter how bad the situation, he'll always find a way to pull through.
Of course.
Wherever he is,
It's gotta be.
I think he'll be fine. To be honest, Inspector, the one I'm more worried about is you.
Are you serious?
Really?
Not everything's changed, Mr. Ginaza. You're still a warrior.
I'd
Yes,
rather
sir.
not talk about the old days. Let's stick to the future. A new inspector's being assigned.
Alright.
That's right, and she's a minor too.
Oh.
That's pretty unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we're partially responsible for her recruitment.
Okay.
This is trivial and none of my business, but do you mind if I ask?
What?
Your glasses, did you wear them for show?
I was just about to ask.
I never
Yeah,
liked
actually.
how my face looked.
Wow.
Especially
I was just
my
about to
eyes.
ask. He looks great without
But
glasses.
things I used to care about don't seem to matter much now.
Division 1 has undergone quite the sea change, hasn't it? Shu, Masa, Shinya, they're all gone.
It means old-fashioned guys aren't suited for this job. Adapt or the changing current pulls down.
Isn't calling them old-fashioned kind of harsh? I mean, you could at least call them romantics.
You really think that would give them comfort? Would anything?
I doubt it, but...
Your attention, please. This is the Criminal Investigation Department of the Public Safety Bureau. For your protection, access to this block is currently restricted.
Excuse me, are you Inspector Sinomori?
I am. You've got some awful luck to get this assignment your first night.
Inspector Mika Shimatsky reporting for duty. Pleased to meet you, sir. I have just been assigned.
Yeah,
that
I'm
voice.
sorry, but the CID's short on manpower tonight. I don't have time to give you the rookie treatment.
Oh.
Yes, I understand, sir. I'm looking forward to the work.
Good answer.
A paddy wagon?
The people you're about to meet are humans, just like us.
Yep.
But they'll handle crimes with judgment criteria different from yours. Trust them, but at the same time, be careful and remember who they are.
Yep.
Underestimate them and you're bound to get hurt. Those people are what we call enforcers. And they're all subordinate to you.
Wow, this is literally full circle. This is exactly how she experienced everything, pretty much. Isn't it funny how she's the one who's cheating now? Whoa. What an end to season 1. Perfection. Absolute perfection. I was a little bit late on that, but yeah. I really don't know how to feel right now. I don't know, it's really difficult to explain. I hope I'll be able to articulate my thoughts properly, but it's almost bittersweet. You know, I don't know how to explain it. Oh. Wait. We're going back. Hold on. Nice to see you. Oh shit, okay. Wow. The chain of justice. The journey never ends. I think that's what that said, yeah. Wow. Okay. That was season 1 of Psychopaths, and it was unbelievable. It was absolutely just, it was just perfection. It was amazing. Let me just real quick go back to, I don't need to put these on, but I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna, man, it was great though. It was great to see him again, you know. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. You know, next season it's gonna be, oh, the system never ends. Yeah, of course, I don't know why I said journey. Yeah. The system never ends. It never truly ends, you know. Even if Makishima is dead, you know, it's, yeah, it's gonna keep adapting, and it's gonna keep changing, but it's never gonna end. And that's really just, that really just sums up life, to be honest, because, you know, I guess you can say the same. Oh wait, what the hell is going on? There you go. Yeah, you know, it really is the same with life. You know, this, I guess you could compare it to, I don't know. I don't really know what, you know, I don't really know what system you would compare it to, but just, it doesn't have to be a specific one. You know, it's just in general. You know, the journey never ends. You know, I know it's system, but, you know, in the case of our lives, it's the journey, and, you know, you just gotta keep moving forward. And, you know, obviously that's what Akane learned, you know, throughout the course of the series. You know, even the message that she pretty much represented, you know, to never give up, you know, no matter how slim hope is, you know, even if there's a slight little bit of hope, you know, that is enough to keep going. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. And, you know, it was a Lord, I can't talk. It was a beautiful conclusion to just a beautiful, you know, I don't want to say story, because of course we're not done. You know, there's a second season, and, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a movie too. So, you know, we of course, yeah, we have a good ways to go, but it was a beautiful conclusion to the first season. And I'm sorry about that. That's just, yeah. Hopefully that's not too loud, but yeah, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I just am so glad that I checked out this show. It was such a, I don't know why I'm speaking like we're done. There's still a good amount to go, but just for the time being, I just want to say how incredibly happy I am that I decided to, check this out. And of course, you guys absolutely just like, it absolutely won the poll by a landslide. It wasn't even close, and 100% I can see why, because this show has just been unbelievable so far. It's been so impressive. I definitely thought it would be good, of course. Like I said, you guys really just, wanted me to watch it, but I did not expect for it to be this good. I really didn't. I was so impressed by the first season. The ending was beautiful. Good Lord. You want to talk about... I know I keep saying it, but you want to talk about Death Note? Oh, man. It's just... Dude, the scene where Makishima was... That had to be... Wait. Hold on. When did the show come out? Now I'm starting to think that was a reference. Hold on. I was trying to see... The show most definitely came out after Death Note. There's no way. Death Note's, like, insanely old. If I'm not mistaken, the show came out, like... I don't even know, like 2013? I don't even know. That's probably wrong as hell. Oh, 2012, okay. Yeah, that was actually... I'm really starting to think... of course, after the show, I'll look into that. Or you guys can let me know. That would be cool. I doubt it is, but I don't know, man. It just... Yeah. For the, of course, I won't spoil anything, like I said, but if you guys have seen Death Note, you probably know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I didn't even say what scene I'm talking about. The scene where Makishima's running, in the almost sunny type of, I don't know, it just really, man, that was so just... There's many more reasons other than that, which of course I won't get into, but man, that just really ran into Death Note. But yeah, it was beautiful. The way it concluded, it was perfect. I genuinely think it was perfect. It was always leading up to this. Kogami being the one to do it. To pull the trigger, and of course, Akane, unfortunately, he couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. It was like I said, it was destiny pretty much, but I feel like there was a possibility that she would be able to not allow him to. I don't know, though. It was destiny. It really was. It had to happen. It was something that, of course, Kogami was pretty much chasing, throughout the entire series. And it was such a beautiful journey, seeing him, pretty much grow, and Akane as well, and, Zanao, and all these amazing characters, throughout the journey, like I said, seeing Kogami slowly start to figure out everything, and in the end find out who it is that was the the head of all this, which genius was the head of all this. And in the end, he did it. He reached his summit. He really had a moment of, he had a character defining moment, you know what I mean? And yeah, it was beautiful. That's honestly the perfect word. Even the way it looked, of course, might be a thumbnail, to be honest. So I'll see. There's probably a bunch of good thumbnails for this one. We'll see which one I decide to choose, but whichever one it is, I'm sure it's going to be an amazing one. But yeah, I don't have a ton else to say. I feel like I, said mostly what I wanted to say. I'm really looking, of course, yeah, I'm really excited for season 2. I'm looking forward to that. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. But of course, for now we have those, whatever those are. I'm gonna assume they're OVAs. Whatever those are, we're gonna check those out first. And then, yeah, it's on to season 2. Or I don't even know if it's actually on to season 2 after that. Might be a movie, but we'll see. Oh, that'd be cool. I'm looking forward to the movie. That's pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to how they tackle that. Yeah, I don't even really know how they're gonna do that, but we'll see. So yeah, obviously the way we ended it off, Kane's at a point now where, pretty much she's, in a way, she is still, helping out with everything, but not, reluctantly, but it was like that the entire time, though, even, ever since episode 20, you know what I mean, up until now, it didn't change, she didn't necessarily love that she was helping out, but that's just what she has to do. And she's carrying on with that. Yes, the moment with Zeb was beautiful as well, you know what I mean, with Masaoka. By the way, yeah, of course he looks great without his glasses. That's awesome. I was gonna mention that, I kind of just didn't until he mentioned it, but yeah, he looks great, man. He looks great. And even you can even tell, he's definitely changed. By the way, yeah, 2 months time skip, that was fucking crazy, just out of nowhere dropping that on us. That was cool. That was definitely cool. And yeah, that was awesome, man. That was awesome. I'm assuming we'll get another time skip once we start season 2. I'm not sure, or the movie. I mean, I don't even know, or the specials or whatever they are. Probably, yeah. Probably so. I would think that, because I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we will just continue from where we left off. But whatever the case may be, I think that's it. I think that's gonna do it. Like I said, I want to thank you guys for joining me throughout this journey. So many people, so many people found my channel through, this show, and of course we're not done yet, and there's still a long way to go. But just so far, it's been amazing. How much you guys have loved the Psychopaths reactions, and of course. Some people have actually commented about the show itself, how amazing it is, because they're also, I mean, I'm assuming, yeah, they're also watching it for the first time as well, which, I don't really recommend that too much, watching it, watching it for the first time, with me. I kind of, I don't know, I feel like, I mean, I don't know, maybe it is a enjoyable experience, but I don't know, I feel like it would be better to, because personally, I mean, most of the time I watch reactions after I've seen the show, you know what I mean, that's just how I do it. But who knows, maybe it is actually enjoyable. But like I said, the amount of support has just been incredible. I really have to be thankful to the show, and of course you guys. And yeah, I hope this final, this season 1 finale reaction was amazing. And my computer just died, so yeah, unfortunately, not even unfortunately, fortunately, I was about to be done, so it doesn't really matter. I was gonna say, unfortunately, I can't really keep talking for much longer, but I don't have anything else to say anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. So yeah, before my light goes out, it might actually go in a second, but hopefully I can do the intro in time, or outro. It's so late, my brain isn't even functioning. But yeah, that's it. That's gonna do it for season 1. I can't wait to continue the show with you guys, and I hope you guys join me for the rest of the show. If not, I want to thank you once again for all the support. I always, I'm super thankful for any amount of support that you guys are willing to give me, and it's awesome. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.